All right, let's get practicing in QuickBooks Online. Grab the link below so that you can follow along. All right, here we are in the QBO gym, and the QBO gym is just a set of numerous exercises that simulate real life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. And every single month, we have it broken down into 4 different categories, and within each category is a set of exercises for you to complete. So today we are going to be working in the cardio section for June, which focuses on periodic inventory. At the top is a video that relates to, that talks a little bit more about what's going on in Craig's world that month. He is our fictitious business owner. A little bit further down is the quiz that relates to the video that you just watched. And then further down are all of the exercises within that section. So today we are going to be focusing on importing products and services for periodic inventory. We are going to be working in the sample company. That's where we always work. If you are not sure how to get your own get into the sample company or get your own free QBOA account, just click on the link below. So again, we are going to be working on periodic inventory, strength training section for this month, focused on the perpetual. So you will probably see a lot of similarities, but there will be a few differences because the way you handle perpetual versus periodic inventory is a little different. So just keep that in mind as we're going through the exercise. All right, so our scenario should sound very familiar. Since his purchase of the plants in mugs to sell at farmers markets, Craig has only gotten more excited about adding retail sales to his business. He's provided a list of products that he plans to buy and carry for sale at those markets and maybe even at a dedicated retail location in the future. In the strength section of the QBO gym this month, Craig used perpetual inventory system utilizing the inventory product feature available in the QBO Plus and Advanced subscriptions. This time around, we're going to use the periodic system, which does not require the use of that feature and thus can be used at any subscription level. So the perpetual is a little more automated versus the periodic, which is a little more manual, but you'll see the differences as we go through the exercise. As before, we will be importing Craig's list in order to make further future entries easier. So just click on the link underneath the animated video to download it for this exercise. And again, to do that, you go to the gym. You scroll up, here's that animated video, and just below you will see products and services upload. Go ahead and click on that so it starts downloading now. And let's go back to our exercise. So we will first need to set up some tracking accounts so that he can easily see each side of his business on the reports. And we are talking about the retail side of the business versus the landscaping and design work. So first we need to create an income account that will show just the retail one. So to do that, you're going to go click on Account Tools and then select Chart of Accounts. So here we are in the sample company. This is the dashboard. If you go up here where it says Account Tools, click on that. Under Quick Links, click on Chart of Accounts. And then, of course, we will need to make a new account. So you're going to click on the New button, which is this green button over here. And then we're going to fill it out. So the type of income is, of course, an income account. So it is this one with the money dollar sign going down, or the money with the not dollar sign, but the arrow pointing down. And then you will need to, under the Save Account under, select Income. And then the tax form section, select Sales of Product Income. This is about the retail sales of product income. And then the account name, we are going to name it Retail Sales Income. Again, this is because we're trying to show the difference between the retail and the landscaping and design work side. So to have a specifically named account definitely helps out. Especially for reports. So you're going to go ahead and click this green Save button next. Okay, and that account has been created. Okay, and now we are going to create an inventory asset account. Unlike perpetual inventory, which updates this account with each purchase and subsequent sale, we will have to update it manually at the end of the period. So we are going to once again click the new button, this green button here. And remember, it is an asset account, so that is the type of account we will select, which is the little bus. And then the save account under will be other current assets. You may see that the existing inventory account that is here is currently being used to track the value of Craig's landscaping inventory. In a real life scenario, though, you may want to change the name of this account to inventory landscaping so that it is more clear on reports. However, for the purposes of this exercise, we're going to leave everything as is. So if you were doing this to show different sides of the business, I would make it much more specific so that you can see it on reports, what ties to what account. Okay, so the save under, we're going to click on other current assets. And then the tax form section, we will select inventory. And then the account name, again, we're going to label it specific, something more specific, and label it inventory-retail. And then go ahead and click the green save button. And that account has been saved. And now we are going to do one more account. This account is going to capture all of the purchases of retail inventory that Craig makes. This account will be used to record updated inventory and cost of goods sold. By the way, cost of goods is also known as COGS. So if you hear me refer to it down in the rest of these exercises, that's what I'm talking about. The COGS values using the periodic method of tracking inventory at the end of the reporting period. So this is what you will need for the periodic method. Okay, so this type of account is an expense account. So we're going to go ahead and click on the new button, and it is the expenses, which is the $ with the arrow going up. And then under the save account under, we are going to select the first COGS. Keep in mind that you will see what appears to be two different COGS accounts available to select. The first is the type of account or the category, while the second is the actual account currently being used by Craig's costs for his landscaping products. In this step, we are creating a new COGS account to track Craig's costs for his retail products. So you'll want to choose the category, not the type, because you don't want it to be a new account to be a sub account, if that makes sense. So we're trying to show kind of like at an equal playing field, the retail products that versus the landscaping COGS. So if you select the bottom one, it becomes like a sub account. So you want to make sure that they're both being seen equally. So you will select the first one. And I'll show you here. See how there's two different here. You want to select this first one. This is the main, this is the account, this is the sub account, okay? Okay, so then the tax form section, we're going to select sales and materials, COGS, which is down here at the very bottom. So, I'm sorry, supplies and material. And then the account name, we are going to label this purchases / retail. Purchases - retail. And then go ahead and click the green save button. And we have gone and completed or added all of our accounts. Let's work on importing the products. It's time to import the list that Craig had given you. So if you haven't already done so, you need to download the file that was under the animated video in this section. You'll need it for this portion of the exercise. Again, in the gym, here's the animated video. Click on this button right here, Products and Services Upload. You will need it right now. Step one, you will note that as we are doing this, it is a different location for importing than we used in the strength training section. And that's just because QBO has many different pathways to access the same feature. And so it's really good to see all those different ways that you can get to doing basically not basically, but doing the exact same thing, so that you can figure out what works best for you and which way you like to complete those tasks. So we are going to first click on the gear icon and then select products and services. So the gear icon and then select products and services, which is under lists. Step two, we're going to click on the green arrow next to new and select import. So here's the new button, click the arrow, this will pop up, click on import. And then we're going to import the file. If this is your first time in a real life scenario, if this is your first time importing any kind of data into QBO, highly recommend you downloading the sample file that they provide, because it'll show the fields that they use and it'll just help with formatting the specifications and make your life so much easier in these next couple of steps. For the purposes of this exercise, the CSV file that we have provided for you is already formatted correctly. So to get it imported, you need to click Browse first and then locate the file that you had downloaded for the exercise and then click Next. So here, this blue button, this blue link right here, this is the sample file that I was talking about. Again, if it's your first time importing the data, definitely recommend you clicking this link so that you can see the formation or the specifications that QBO uses. It'll make your life so much easier. But I'm going to go ahead and click Browse, and I have my file right here. You may need to dig a little bit if it's in your download file. I had already saved it for previously, but that is the file that you will be using. So go ahead and click the green Next button. And now we need to match the fields or the column headings in the spreadsheet to the fields that are in QBO. You'll notice that this time we are not going to have any inventory fields. In real life, you may need to make some adjustments, but for the purposes of the exercise, we're going to leave everything as is. And then we'll click Next once we go through this. But really quickly here where it says your field, these are the fields that we had in our spreadsheet. These are the fields that are in QBO. So QBO is just trying to match up titles. Some are exactly the same, some are pretty close. So basically, it's just trying to find the information and map it or match it so that it pulls over correctly into QBO. If it says here under the Your field, if it says no match, it just means that we have no data that relates to that particular field. And down here below, you'll see the quantity on here, and we have no match because for this spreadsheet, we do not have the quantity numbers listed. So go ahead and click the green New button or Next button. And then step 5, we have confirmed the fields that we're importing and matched them to QBO, but the next step is to confirm the data in those fields. Again, in a real life scenario, you may need to make some adjustments that you can do in this section, but for the purposes of this exercise, we're going to leave everything as is. Just a couple things to note. You will note that track is unchecked for every item because Craig won't be tracking units of inventory in the books, and that is this column right here. They are all unchecked. Because these items are untracked, because they're not inventory, the last 4 columns are irrelevant and will be grayed out, as you will see here. And then one more thing, usually fields that have red outlines are indications that errors need to be corrected, but in this case, the import will be successful as is. And that's because we did not list any kind of quantity here. But this is, if you see when you do an import in real life, you see these red boxes, it means that there's an error of some sort. It's just trying to grab your attention to take a look at it. So for this exercise, everything is fine. We are going to leave as is and go ahead and click on the green Import button. And there you go, 6 of 6 products and services successfully imported. And then the product category, like before, the resulting products and services list is in alphabetical order, and it's not easy to tell the difference between the retail products and the landscaping products and services. Setting up a retail category will help us keep these products all together. And so I could go through this again, but I really want to see if you remember how to do it. Try it out on your own this time to get the retail category set up, and then all 6 of those items listed under the retail category. If you get stuck, of course, go back to the previous exercise, the importing products and services in the strength training section, the perpetual importing products and services. The exercises listed there, of course, go ahead and give that a try. And see if you can get it done on your own. And if you have any questions about the QBO Gym, just click on the link below. Be sure to leave this session of the sample company open, as you will need it for the next exercise in the cardio section, which is all about practicing recording purchases and sales. And I will see you in the next video.